In 1937, one of the world's most famous women vanished without a trace. Amelia Earhart, record-breaking aviator, pioneer of the skies, and global icon, set off to circle the globe in her sleek silver plane. But somewhere over the Pacific Ocean, she disappeared. Forever. Did she run out of fuel and sink into the ocean? Was she captured by enemy forces? Or was she hiding a secret mission we were never meant to know? Tonight, we dive deep into the mystery of Amelia Earhart's last flight and explore why, nearly 90 years later, no one can say for certain what happened to her. Amelia Mary Earhart was not just a pilot. She was a symbol of courage at a time when the world was changing fast. Born in 1897, Amelia fell in love with flying after a daring 10-minute plane ride at the age of 23. That single flight lit a fire in her that would carry her across the skies of the world. She became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean in 1932. Overnight, Amelia Earhart was a celebrity, gracing magazine covers, giving speeches, and inspiring women to pursue dreams that once seemed impossible. By the mid-1930s, she had become more than just a pilot. She was America's darling of the skies, and she wasn't done making history. In 1937, Amelia set her sights on her greatest challenge yet, becoming the first woman to fly around the world. Her chosen aircraft, the Lockheed Model 10E Electra, a twin-engine plane designed for long-distance flying. With her trusted navigator, Fred Noonan, Earhart planned a 29,000-mile journey across the globe. They departed on June 1st, heading east from Miami. The trip wasn't easy. Poor weather, technical difficulties, and fatigue tested them at every stop. Finally, on July 2nd, they reached Lae, New Guinea. Their next destination was a tiny speck in the Pacific called Howland Island, a critical refueling stop. But this final leg, 2,500 miles of open ocean, would be their most dangerous yet. Amelia took off at dawn. For hours, she maintained radio contact with the U.S. Coast Guard ship Itasca, stationed near Howland. But her transmissions grew weaker, more desperate. At 8:43 a.m., her final words crackled through the static. "We are on the line 157-337. We are running north and south." Then, silence. The United States launched what was, at the time, the largest naval search in history. 66 aircraft and 9 ships combed over 250,000 square miles of ocean. But no wreckage was found. No oil slicks, no debris, no survivors. It was as if the ocean had swallowed Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan whole. And that's where the theories began. The most widely accepted explanation is also the simplest. Amelia ran out of fuel, crashed into the Pacific, and sank. The area near Howland Island is one of the deepest parts of the Pacific, over 18,000 feet in some places. If the Electra plunged into those depths, it would explain why we've never found conclusive evidence. But critics ask, if she crashed so close to Howland, why has no wreckage ever surfaced? Not a single piece of her plane has been recovered. Another theory is far more sinister. Some believe Amelia and Fred missed Howland and landed in the Marshall Islands, territory controlled by Japan at the time. Local islanders later claimed to have seen a plane land and 2 Americans taken into custody. There are even photographs, one showing a woman on a dock who looks strikingly like Amelia. In 2017, this photo made headlines around the world until it was debunked. Traced back to a book published in 1935, 2 years before she vanished. Still, believers argue that too many eyewitnesses told the same story. Earhart was captured, imprisoned, and died in Japanese custody. But official records? None have ever surfaced. Others claim Amelia Earhart was more than a pilot. They say she was on a secret mission for the U.S. government, tasked with photographing Japanese military bases. When she vanished, the government allegedly covered up her true mission. Some conspiracy theorists even argue she returned to America under a false identity. But serious historians point out there is little real evidence, and much of this theory comes from speculation and rumor. In 1940, on a remote island called Nikumaroro, British officers discovered human bones, a woman's shoe, and navigation tools. Could this have been Earhart and Noonan, forced to land on the island, surviving as castaways until starvation claimed them? The bones were later lost, and DNA testing today is impossible. But modern analysis of the measurements suggests they could have belonged to a tall woman of European descent. It's not proof, but it's the closest thing we have. Amelia Earhart was more than a pilot. She was a symbol of courage, of possibility, of daring to chase the horizon. Whether she lies deep beneath the ocean, rests on a forgotten island, or met a darker fate, her story continues to inspire. And yet, the mystery remains. Did Amelia crash and sink? Was she captured? Or does the real story lie buried in secrets we may never uncover? One thing is certain: Amelia Earhart's final flight will forever be one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. What do you think happened to Amelia Earhart? Drop your theory in the comments below. And if you love uncovering the world's darkest mysteries, hit like and subscribe so more people can join the search.